So today we're going to get back this packet we started last week, and we answered these questions on a Google form. So if you haven't done that from Friday, it's an assignment for Friday, the 25th. We're going to do some of the rest of the pages. If you don't have this packet, that is okay. Just find somewhere to write everything I write. Okay, so your Google form looks like this. We're going to do 1A together right now. Then you'll be answering 1B and 1C to get by yourself after the video is done. It will relate back to Tiffany's moist cake recipe. And then the next section will be a different video where we'll do 2A together. You'll do 2B and 2C to get, by yourself. And it will relate back to this recipe problem. And then you just have one more problem on section 3, the traffic jam. And it's just one problem where you're going to explain your reasoning. Okay, so that'll be it for today. So again, if you don't have this paper, that's okay. A couple things. When you're going to be choosing multiple choice, to represent the division, I will use this backslash that we use for fractions, but I'll put extra spaces in between so you know what's being divided and what's a fraction. Okay, so we're doing this one right here. We'll do the answer together, and then you'll move on and work independently. All right, so it's right here, same thing. Here is Tiffany's cake recipe. If she's making this recipe but only has 1/4 cup measuring tools, that's going to be important. She only has that. Then first question, how many times must she fill the 1/4 cup container up to the correct amount of sour cream? So we're looking at sour cream first. Okay, so 1A, we're referring to sour cream. She needs, looks like 2 cups sour cream. All right, it says draw a picture to illustrate your solution and write an equation that represents the situation. Or on your form, basically the same thing. It says draw your model on your paper and choose an equation with the correct answer that represents the situation. So we're going to draw here, write the equation here, and then find it on our answer sheet. Okay, so focus this a little bit. Oh, that did not focus. There we go. All right, so we need to do 2 cups of sour cream. But we only had this 1/4 cup container that we can measure with. So we're going to ask ourselves, how many 1/4 cups fit with the 2 cups? So we're going to be dividing it like that. Okay, so there we already have part of our equation that we're going to finish later. So let's go ahead and draw that model. Remember, the first thing we do is draw the whole number or the first number. So we're going to draw 2 wholes. Okay, the second thing we do is look at the denominator. How are we splitting up these 2 wholes now? Into fourths. Halves and halves. Now we have fourths. And just like we started with, that question we're asking ourselves is how many 1/4 fit into these 2 wholes. So we'll just, there was a container. There's a container. There's a container. There's a container. And some more containers. All right, so how many containers of sour cream will we need for this recipe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 containers. Okay, now it doesn't say 2, but I'm going to go ahead for this one and check my work. Put it over in the proper fraction, keep, change to multiplication, flip, and we get 8. Okay, But then remember, we have to write our equation. We already had the first part, 2 divided by 1/4. It's just to make it the full equation, we need the equal signs to equal 8. All right, so now I'm going to go back to the form. And we have to pick the right one. So we have 2 times 1/4 equals 8. Well, that's not true. 2 times 4 over 1 equals 8. Well, that's what I did here. But the question is that the correct equation that represents the situation? No, it's not. The correct one that represents the situation must be this one. 2 divided by 1/4 equals 8. So that's the key there. That's the one you'll pick. Go ahead and mark that as right. That's the one you'll pick because that's one that represents the situation. So don't get tricked up by that. We're not looking for a correct equation. We're looking for the one that represents the situation. So now you're going to do 1b and 1c. They are very similar to this, just a couple different numbers or asking about different parts of the recipe. When you do it, you'll have your options here for you, so don't worry about that. All right, so now after you get 1b done and 1c done, you move on to the next section where you'll find the next video. Have a good day.